will look like. First of all, we are going to start with an introduction. I'm going to show you an overview of earnings on different platforms and revenue streams. And then I will talk about where and how to start. We're talking about choosing a channel topic, choosing your niche. I'm going to tell you what to focus on, what I did. I will personal experiences, and we're going to talk about how you can develop your own plan. And then I'm going to talk about how to get brand deals, how to work together with companies, with brands, how to get sponsorships. I'm going to explain what you can charge for such deals and how to actually do it, how to find the right brands, how to reach out to them, or how to react when they reach out to you. And then next we're going to talk about monetization. I'm going to share with you everything I know about how to get monetized on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook. I'm also going to share some knowledge about digital products, what type of digital products you can offer to earn passive money. And we're going to talk in depth about sponsorships then. And then next we're going to talk about the equipment that I am using. How do I actually film my videos? What do I use? What do I recommend, especially for beginners? What equipment would I use? What is needed? What is necessary? Also, what is not necessary? And then we are going to talk about how to actually grow your brand, why this is so important, how to do it, and how you can make use of multiple platforms without filming videos for each platform. So how to actually film once and then spread the content across all the different platforms. We're going to talk about all this in depth. I'm going to share all the knowledge with you that I have about this. So see you in the next lecture. Okay, in this lecture, we are going to talk about money, how much money you can actually make as a travel influencer. And yeah, first of all, a general overview. Of course, the earnings are different on each platform. So we mainly have YouTube, we have Facebook, we have TikTok, we have Instagram, and then we also have the other ways of earning money, as I explained already earlier. And all these platforms are different. So the earning potential is definitely different on each platform, which I will talk about in more detail in a minute. And of course, different niches are also different when it comes to the earning potential. So I am in the travel niche, but if you're starting a channel, let's say in the finance niche or in the tech review niche, these niches are known to be way better when it comes to money because the advertisers are usually paying more to reach audiences that are watching like a tech channel or like a finance channel compared to like more general just traveling content on YouTube, for example, or Facebook or TikTok. So depending on the niche that you are in, you're going to get different ad rates, which I will talk about in a minute as well, about different ad rates that you can expect. So of course, I am in the travel niche, so all the figures that you will see in a moment are related to the travel niche. But not only the niche decides how much you earn, for example, also the demographic of your viewership. Are your views coming, for example, from the United States? Are your views coming from India? Are your views coming from Southeast Asia or from Africa, from Europe? Depending on where the views are coming from, you are going to receive different payments. Now let's talk about, for example, on YouTube, there's this term called RPM, which basically means how much money are you going to earn per 1,000 views. RPM stands for revenue per mil, so how much revenue you're getting per 1,000 views. And the RPM depends. If you are having an audience based 100% in the USA, your RPM will be way higher compared to when you have an audience 100% based in, let's say, India. Because people in the US generally have more income to spend, they are earning more money, the wages are higher. So advertisers are paying more money to reach the people in the United States compared to how much they would spend to reach people in India. Because the people in India in general, of course, earn less money than people in the United States. So you're going to earn more money when your viewership is from Western countries compared to when it is from Southeast Asian or African countries, for example. So the niche dictates how much you're earning, but also where the views are coming from. And you can break it even down more, the age of your viewers. Older people usually have more income to spend compared to children. So if your audience is only like children that are like 10 to 15 years old, you're going to have a lower RPM compared to when your audience is, let's say, 40, 50, 60 years old, because the older people usually have more money to spend. So you're going to earn more money when your views are coming from these people. And then you can, of course, also make money with sponsorships, with digital products, or you can just get freebies. Companies maybe send you products for free, or you can stay in hotels for free in return to include them into your content. So it's not only about just receiving dollars. Sometimes you can also receive a payment just in return for a free hotel stay or free meal in restaurants. Like I had examples before where restaurants like offered me a free meal just in return to be included in my videos. When I was a small creator, that was something that I did. Some restaurants even literally paid me money to eat in their restaurant and to film it and put it into my videos. So it's not only about money and how much money you can earn on YouTube from the views or on Facebook and TikTok from the views. You can also earn money on other ways, but I'm going to talk about all of this in more detail later on. And yeah, when did I actually start earning money? So I'm going to show you a graph now. And what you can see here is my YouTube channel in the first year. The views I was getting and the money I earned in my first full year on YouTube. And as you can see here, it took almost 9 or 10 months until I started to see a little bit of views coming in. So the views in the first about 9 months, so from August to April, were so low that you hardly can see any views on the graph here, because I was getting like maybe 50, 100, maybe if I was lucky like 200 views a day. So I was putting in a lot of work throughout all these months without receiving a lot of views, without receiving any money at all. And then my views started to grow around April here. So like 9 months after I started my YouTube channel, 9 months after I started posting on the channel. And by that time, I was only focusing on YouTube. So there was no Facebook or TikTok for me yet, 100% focused on YouTube. And then I started to get some views. And then also around this time, I got monetized on YouTube. So it was, I think, I remember the exact date. I think it was April 22 or something like that, when I got monetized. And then I started to earn money. But as you can see here, the money wasn't really a lot in the first year. So keep in mind, this is 12 months of working on the channel, uploading at least one video every week. Later on, it was like I was daily vlogging as well a lot. Minimum every 3 days there was a new video. So a lot of content was put out, and all I earned was $863 in my first 12 months of YouTube. So if you're starting out and you don't see results fast, maybe it takes you a few months as well. Don't get demotivated, because all I was earning in my first 12 months on social media was $863. And now I'm having over 1 million followers a few years later, earning way more money than this, as you will see in a second. See you in the next lecture. Hello. So this was the introduction. Okay, in the next 2 lectures, I have 2 quick wins for you. First, I'm going to explain some video ideas that always work in the travel niche. And then I'm going to go over templates that I used for reaching out to hotels or brands. First of all, video ideas that tend to work pretty well in the travel niche. I am using these video ideas almost in every country that I travel to, because these ideas perform really well basically all the time I do these videos. And the first video idea is first impressions, first day, first arrival video, which is actually very simple to film. You basically have to document your arrival in a new country, in a new city, in a new place. And the reason why these videos work, I think, is because it's very interesting to see someone arriving somewhere for the first time. That is also something that people can relate to. I think everyone who traveled before knows the feeling of excitement. Everything is new. Wow, this is a new country, a new place. It's totally different. And watching someone experience this excitement of arriving somewhere for the first time, getting first impression of a new place, trying local food for the first time, trying to navigate your way around the city, things like that are really interesting to watch for the viewers. And that's why these first impressions, first day, first arrival videos tend to perform really, really well. And I can give you one example of a video that I posted on YouTube, which has, I think, now about 400 something thousand views just on YouTube. And that is a typical video that I usually do when I'm arriving in a new country. You can change the titles a bit, but what I noticed what's working well, if you put like first day, first impression, first arrival, something that indicates immediately that it is your first time, your first day in the new country or in a new city. So I'm often using the title, for example, my first day in Shanghai, my first day in Manila, Philippines, my first day in Jakarta, Indonesia. Very simple title, but they seem to work. You can also play around with the title a bit, of course, find your own style, don't just copy what works on other channels, try to give your own touch to it. But I can show you the example right now, just the first few seconds, so you get an idea what I mean. Today is my first day in China. I am in Shanghai, and in this video we are going to get some first impressions of Shanghai and of China in general. I will be joined by my Chinese friend Joseph and his girlfriend. Let's explore Shanghai and find out what China is really like. How are the people? How is the food? How modern is it? I will also attempt to go up the Shanghai Tower, the third tallest building in the world, to hopefully see a phenomenal view. Feel free to join. Hello. So this was the introduction to the video. Very simple, it's literally my first day, so I'm just going to explore around the city, try some food, get impressions, and what's really important in these type of videos is like explain your feelings, like how do you feel being there? Is it exciting? What are your first thoughts, your impressions? And yeah, then you have a very simple first day, first impression, first arrival video in a new country. And that is the first example that I wanted to give you. And then the next type of video that usually performs really, really well are street food videos or food videos in general. If you're not in a country that is known to have street food, then you can also just make regular videos about the food in the country. Because yeah, let's be honest, almost everyone loves to eat, and exploring the cuisines of new countries, that is also something very exciting. So when I'm in a country that has a street food scene, I'm always filming street food videos. And these are also actually not difficult to film. Usually in these countries that are known for street food, they have like places where you can find lots of street food in one place, like markets or streets that are full with street food vendors. And then you can simply just walk around the market and sample your way around the different food stalls, and then yeah, give your opinions. Do you like this food? Do you don't like this food? Maybe compare it to something that is familiar. Like if you have anything in mind back from your home country, compare the food a bit, and don't be afraid to give your honest reviews. Sometimes if you rate the food of a country in a negative way, then you will get some hate, especially from like local people. Sometimes they don't really like it, but I would always recommend to give an honest review. That is for the long term, for your personal brand, I think way better. And these videos also tend to perform really, really well on platforms like Facebook, TikTok and Instagram Reels. Let's say you're going to a street food market in Bangkok, Thailand. In 1 hour, you try 5 different street foods, and then the full 1 hour trying all of these 5 different foods. That is the full YouTube video, and then you can break it down into pieces. And each food that you try is one separate video for TikTok, Facebook or Instagram Reels. And these videos usually also get really, really good views on these platforms. So I can give you an example of a YouTube video that I've done in Indonesia, in the capital in Jakarta. I did exactly this. I walked around the city, sampling my way around, trying lots of different food. I think the video is like 45 minutes long, has currently about 200,000 views on YouTube. And then each clip from the YouTube video was then posted to TikTok and Facebook and Instagram Reels, where these clips have gotten millions and millions of views. And yeah, we'll show you the intro to this video now as well. In today's video, we are going to try lots of local street food here in Jakarta, Indonesia. It is oily, it is greasy, there's chocolate everywhere. It's going to be my first time trying Indonesian street food, so I'm quite excited. Alright, maybe I found a hidden gem here. I don't think anyone else ever made a street food video in Jakarta in areas like this. And yeah, let's also find out how much money do I have to spend on a full day eating here in Jakarta. How much you get? No, please let me pay it. Join me and let's eat. Okay, let's eat. Also, very simple introduction to the video. I'm just explaining that it's my first time trying street food here. Also, once again here, people really like to see someone's first reaction to street food, to food in general, similar to the first impressions videos. And then I also like to add the money-related goal. So in this case, I'm asking myself, or I'm asking the viewer, let's see how much money I have to spend for a full day eating here. I figured out that if you add like a money goal to the video, that usually performs really well. You can also do a challenge, for example, $10 street food challenge in Jakarta, Indonesia, where your budget for the day is $10 and you want to find out how much food you can get for $10. So you can play around with different ideas, but these street food or food related videos in general also tend to perform really well. And then the third type of videos is an A to B vlog. I call them A to B videos, where you travel from point A to point B, and then you simply just document your journey. And I found out this works especially well when you're doing train or bus journeys. So when I'm traveling, let's say from one city to another city, I can take the train, I can document the train journey just to get from place A to place B. That is a video. Or I can take a bus. You can also travel with plane even, or take a shared taxi, whatever transportation is available in the country where you are. Just simply document the journey. And I found out that it works especially well if you're doing something extreme, like either you're going like in the cheapest possible transportation. Let's say you are traveling in India and you want to take the train from Delhi to Agra, and then you can just take the lowest class train available, like the cheapest ticket you can get. That tends to perform really well. Or the other side of the extreme would be take the most expensive one, like a first class experience. People like to see the extreme sides, like either traveling super cheap in the lowest class, the lowest ticket possible, or the luxurious, the fancy way, the first class experience, the most expensive ticket that you can find. So I would recommend to do either the one side or the other side. Don't just take a regular normal class train or normal bus. Try to find something extreme. And I can give you an example as well. I took a train in Indonesia, a high-speed train, where I traveled from Jakarta to a city called Bandung. And once again, I will show you the intro of the video. Today, I am going to take Indonesia's new high-speed train from Jakarta to Bandung. It's going to be my first time traveling with such a fast train, so I'm quite excited. And yeah, how fast will we reach Bandung and what will the experience be like? Join me and let's find out. All right, yeah, very simple introduction to the video. Once again, I'm mentioning this is my first time taking a train in Indonesia. Once again, people like to see someone's first experience of something. And yeah, this video, I think over 500,000 views on YouTube and several million views on TikTok and Facebook. So yeah, a simple video where I literally just documented my journey from one place to another, in this case with the train. And then the last idea are bargaining market videos. And these ones work especially well for short form content like on TikTok, Facebook and Instagram Reels. Videos where you're just going to a local market. In Asia, for example, you can buy almost everything on these markets, like clothing, soccer jerseys, souvenirs, food. When you're visiting countries like Thailand, Malaysia, the Philippines, India, all these countries in Asia, you will always find local markets where it's very easy to just walk around the market for an hour, buy like 5 to 10 different items and make a video about that. And what you can do is go on a market, for example, buy 5 different items, like a souvenir, a snack or a drink, a t-shirt, whatever you can find, and then make a full YouTube video out of everything combined, and then clip it again into smaller videos where you're just bargaining, try to get a cheaper price. In Asian countries, it's part of the culture to bargain for things. Try what type of items you can actually find on these markets. Maybe you find something really funny or crazy, something that you can't find on markets in your home country, something like this. Joke around with the vendors, try to talk to them. because people expect on these markets that you bargain with them. They are usually very talkative, especially if you're a foreigner walking by and they're not used to see foreigners there, then often they are like saying like, hey, buy at my store, buy here, where are you from? So they start the conversation with you because that's what they do as salespersons, and then it's very easy to interact with them on camera and bargaining for something then. And I will show you an example. This is a video that I filmed on a market in Kathmandu in Nepal. And this is a really good example. This video didn't perform super well on YouTube. I think it's like 40,000 views on YouTube, but in this video, I'm buying like 5 or 6 different items on the market in Kathmandu, and each of these items was clipped into a short form video for Facebook and TikTok. And I think each of these clips got millions of views on TikTok and also hundreds of thousands to millions of views on Facebook. So this really shows that you can take a YouTube video. Sometimes it doesn't even perform that well, but then it can perform super well on other platforms. And yeah, we'll show you the intro once again. I am in the mood for some shopping, and I just bought this hat, so now I want to explore another market here, and I came to a place of which the locals told me it is a very local bazaar inside here. Namaste. Hello. So I'm literally 18 seconds into the video, and then I am already approaching the first vendor, starting a conversation with him, and then I'm buying something. So also very simple videos. And yeah, these are 4 video ideas that you can start with, and these videos tend to perform really well in the travel niche across all the different platforms. And yeah, see you on the next lecture when we talk about email templates.